Okay, that's it. No more poker for me. If I catch another royal flush, I'm gonna lose my lunch.
Well, now, what are we all gonna do now?
Well, how about we save a few souls?
No, for heaven's sake. We did that on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I know. Why don't we do what Dean used to do?
Yeah, around here, I don't do anything I used to do.
No, I mean roast someone, you know, criticize them, cut them down, rake them over the coals, you know.
But who? Everybody around here is so perfect.
Well, now you know. Why don't we go back to Earth? Because I know some people who have really big faults.
Okay. Oh, you know, this is going to take approval at the highest level.
Maybe I can help. I played God in 3 movies. Warm, sympathetic, and really enjoyable. He owes me.
Okay, George, you see what you can do, huh?
Yeah, but make it a quickie, Pally. I'm supposed to tee off in 2 hours with Sammy and old Blue Eyes.
Who could we roast? I'm thinking of somebody. I'm thinking of someone who's an actor, a singer, a dancer, someone who's been real successful, you know, and needs some roasting.
Ooh, he sounds wonderful. Is he someone I used to fool around with?
Honey, I think he's the only one you missed.
Coming to you from Southern California's famous desert oasis, the Palm Springs Walk of Stars presents the Garlic Roast. Tell all your stinking friends. It's the roast with a twist. And here's your roast master, the father of fractured phrases, Norm Crosby.
Thank you very much. Thank you and good evening. It's my extreme pleasure to introduce tonight's extinguished guests on the dais, doing their usual great job of procreating show business legends. We have Dave Michaels as the inebrial Dean Martin. Susan Giffiths as the unsurmountable Marilyn Monroe. Chuck Fraher as the extinguished George Burns. Will Jordan as the indiscriminate Ed Sullivan. Suzanne LaRusch as the unsurmountable Lucille Ball. And Eddie Carroll as the inscrutable Jack Benny. Now, let's meet tonight's honored guest, or as he's known around here, the victim of the week. A man who was so small when he got into show business that Michael Jackson could have dangled him over a balcony. I just need 2 words to introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey Rooney. You know, we don't honor Mickey tonight because he's a great actor, singer, dancer, or comedian. We honor him by special request from him. And to start tonight's tribute, here's a guy whose liver has just been placed on the endangered species list. A guy you don't normally run into every day because you usually step over him. Please welcome Dean Martin.
Why does everybody think I drink to excess? I drink to forget. And it's working. Who are we honoring? Oh, Mega. I always call him Mega. Mega Rooney, it's you. Hi, Pally. Mega's a very happily married man now that he found Jan, but it took a few tries. One of his earlier wives, never mind which one. As soon as she married Mickey, she changed her name, her hair, her contact lenses, her bust line, had liposuction, a tummy tuck, and Botox. And then she divorced Mickey, because she said he was no longer the man that she married. But he survived all of that and went on to continue his career as a child actor and work all the way through adultery. I didn't get that one. Anyhow, out of hundreds of movies he's made, Mickey has never allowed himself to get involved in a project that had cheapness and vulgarity. He always felt it was up to him to bring all those qualities. And Mickey is a sportsman and a golfer, and he believes in animal rights, especially when it comes to horses, which he bets on, among other things. In the bad old days before Jan, Mickey went to Las Vegas in a $25,000 Cadillac. And he did good, because he came home in a $250,000 bus. And Mickey has never put on airs. He has enough trouble putting on his pants. But Mickey wants to be remembered after he's gone, and you will be remembered. I can think of lots of reasons you'll be remembered. You won't like any of them, but I can think of them, and I love Mega Rooney.
You know, I was a regular on the Dean Martin show, and I never knew that Dean drank until one day he came in sober.
Mickey Rooney has appeared in over 350 films, and those are just the ones that he can remember.
Thank you, and welcome back. Our next guest is with us for one simple reason. Why should I be the only person on the dais who's gorgeous? She's a great movie star, but not many people know about her early television career. I know for a fact that she made at least 15 pilots. One of them flew for Delta. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, it's on. Hi, everybody. I know that I am supposed to attack this wonderful man that I admire and love and hold near and dear to my heart. I hold him near and dear to my heart because he only comes to about right here. But you know something, Mickey? When I was a young starlet, I used to look at you and I used to think, maybe I could get lucky and you'd pick me. You never did. And now I look at you and I think, boy, did I get lucky. Mickey, you know, truthfully, you look great. You look the same as you did 40 years ago. Old. Old. You know, I learned something new about Mickey. Mickey made Western pictures just like I did. As a matter of fact, on location, he was filming near an Indian reservation. The Native Americans became very fond of Mickey. In fact, I do believe they called him the Great White Father. Yes, and some of the tribeswomen were able to prove it in court. And you know something? He's still still out there working. Why, I have it on good authority that he just signed an ironclad contract with GM. He bought a car.
Our next roaster is a man you all love, in spite of the fact that he's cheap, stingy, and frugal. I was going to use the word penurious, but nobody on this panel would know what I was talking about. So instead, I'll just say, here's Jack Benny.
Ladies and gentlemen, being invited to an event like this is kind of like serving on jury duty. You know you should, but you'll do anything to get out of it. But when they told me that it was my good friend Mickey Rooney, I just had to be here. Now, Mickey comes from very humble beginnings as Joe Yule Jr., you see. And as a kid, well, when the family went through financial problems, his mother went out and sold Mary Kay. Not the cosmetic, his little sister, Mary Kay. Anyway, Mickey has never forgotten his humble beginnings. In fact, folks, to this day, every year he goes back to that terrible neighborhood to visit his original wife and kids. And, you know, people say, well, Mickey is getting on. Well, when he gets on stage, the problem is getting him off. But, Mickey, the one thing that you and I both share is the fact that we were both raised to respect our elders. The problem is there's nobody left to respect anymore. Yeah. And, folks, no matter what they tell you and what they say, getting old is not terrific. And his wife Jan told me the other day, she came into the bedroom, Mickey was trying to straighten out the wrinkles in his socks, and he wasn't wearing any. So now, Mickey takes ginkgo biloba so he can remember where he put his Viagra. But I know, folks, you're sitting out there and you're thinking, gosh, how can I, with my reputation, say such mean, terrible things about such a sweet person? Well, I didn't have any problem at all, because I know that an hour from now, he won't remember a thing I've said.
Thank you, Jack Benny. You know, he's right. Age is not a negative. Age gives you something. It gives you wisdom, it gives you responsibility, and it gives you irregularity. Thank you. Now it's my extinct pleasure to introduce a show business legend, a man who knows the secret of creating great laughter. And when he's finished, it will still be a well-kept secret. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. George Burns.
Thank you, and it's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. At my age, it's nice to be anywhere. Mickey. I know he's there. I can hear him breathing. I've always said that you were one of the most consistent performers of all show business. Your singing is so-so. Your dancing is ho-hum. Acting ability, fair. See what I mean? That's consistent. I remember now, all kidding aside, I remember Mickey in his wilder days. I was invited to one of his birthday parties right around the time he was marrying one of his wives. And naturally, I was having trouble picking out a gift. I mean, what do you give to a guy who's had everybody?
George Bird, ladies and gentlemen. Living proof of why vaudeville died. But moving right along, our next guest is a household name. I'd like you to meet the star and driving force behind I Love Lucy. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Vivian Vance. So here's Lucille Ball.
Thank you, thank you. Norm, you never come over anymore to play backgammon, and I'd like to thank you for that. Hello, everybody. We're here tonight, of course, to talk about my good friend, Mickey Rooney, who got his start as a child when he crawled on stage in the middle of his parents' vaudeville act. Well, this became a problem for the family, as he ended up getting more applause than they did. So his father promptly took him aside and left him there. But it soon became painfully obvious that Mickey was the true talent of his family. And he got all the great roles subsequent to that and has been in pictures ever since. I mean, after all, those great roles like Puck and Midsummer Night's Dream, and all those great musicals with Judy Garland, for heaven's sakes, and the Andy Rooney, or I'm sorry, what is it, Andy Hardy. Sorry. The Andy Hardy series, the Mickey Maguire series, see, who could forget those? And I'm trying right now. But it's true, he grew up in plain view of the American public. And you grew up right in front of the American public, didn't you? When are you going to finish growing up? Well, your wife tells me good things come in small packages, so. But Ricky. Mickey! Ricky was the other show. You know I love you, I'm just kidding.
Our next guest has screwed up almost as many words as I have. But in his case, it's never on purpose. It's because he's inept. He's seen it all and done it all and can't remember hardly any of it. Please welcome Ed Sullivan.
Thank you very much, Jadies and Ludies and thanks. You know, because we're really just a fine night, and you know. Just want to thank Bing Crosby for this lovely introduction. No, it's not. Norm was on our show, our stage last week, part of the great Clausen's Bears. You know what they did on our stage last week? Really big. But actually, ladies and gentlemen, actually, you know, we're here for the fabulous sensational, fantastic youngster here, Macaroni. Michael, Andy, Mickey Mouse. But you know, this fine talent has not had an easy time. It's been a struggle. He's been spit upon, ridiculed, insulted, humiliated, and rightly so. There's a brilliant talent. What a fantastic career across the motion picture screens. Signed for all those golden years with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM. He finally left on account of illness and fatigue. They got sick and tired of him.
Thank you, Ed. That was great. Mr. Sullivan, I say this honestly, sincerely, from my heart, without fear of contraception. You were absolutely adequate. When we come back, we'll hear from Mickey. We'll give the little big man a chance to regurgitate to all these acquisitions. So don't go away.
John Dillinger was shot and killed by the FBI after watching Manhattan Melodrama, in which Mickey had a small part. Dillinger should have stayed in the theater to watch the credits.
Mickey, I've been sitting around listening to all these people say terrible things about your life and your career, and it hasn't been easy for me to keep quiet. Many, many times I just wanted to jump up and shout, "That goes for me too." But it's time now to introduce a truly unique man. Well, unique isn't quite the word. The right word is tacky. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're all here tonight, our guest of honor, Mickey Rooney.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Norm, for hosting this. You and I have been friends for almost 30 years now. There are many reasons for that. Mostly bad luck. I haven't been this excited since Kmart put Metamucil on the Blue Light Special. To tell the truth, I don't know where to begin. Ed Sullivan, there's no end to your talent and no beginning. Dean, you started out as an inexperienced, unmotivated, untalented fella in a cheap diner in Steubenville, Ohio. Too bad you never lived up to this early promise. And Marilyn, I wish I had 100 like you. Unfortunately, we have 1,000. And Jack Benny, you never had much to say as a child, because in those days you didn't have enough money to get writers. Lucy, I really loved your show. There's nothing more fascinating than watching a red-headed lady dangling from a chandelier. That's exciting. Last, and by far, not from least, At least not by far. Mr. George Burns. That's right. You and Gracie. George Burns, a man I respect. Never has one man given so much to so few. And for so long. And made a living out of it. Our show's been very long, and I'm very short. So I just want to say thank you all for being here. I love you. Thank you for having me here. Thanks for roasting me. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope that you've had fun too this evening. God bless you, and good night.
Thank you, Mickey Rooney. Thank you.